While many churches plan summer mission trips for their youth, Glenview United Methodist is serious about putting their faith into action year-round. Let's welcome Glenview Youth Group members Andrew Dubach, Karina Aker-Johnson, and Brian Porritt, who all attend Glenbrook South High School. So tell us, why faith in action?
The world, kind of needs it right now, and the church is the easiest way to get involved, and we all are a part of our church, and I've been a part of my church since birth. I've always been going to Sunday school.
Other than your big summer trips, what are some of the things that the youth group has done?
We go to places like meal kitchens and serve people who are in need of food. We're active, we do clothing drives. We've put together school bags to send to children who need them in less affluent places of the world, and those are sent through the Midwest Mission Distribution Center.
Okay.
So besides the big trips that we go on over the summer, there's a lot of smaller, everyday ways that we get active to help others.
Okay. Do you have any favorites?
I think the Appalachian Service Project, which is our big project over the summer, is definitely a favorite because that's one of the largest scale.
And tell us a little bit about, you actually travel?
Yeah, we go down to the Appalachian region and we help rebuild houses for people in deep poverty who cannot afford to do so.
Okay.
It's a very personal project. We get to know the families, certain projects more so than others, get to know the families and work with them and help them. And they're always very grateful, and you always come out of that with a real sense of doing something for the community and feeling lucky for what we have.
Okay.
One of the great things about ASP is the personal touch you get to feel with the family. The last year that I went on ASP, there was a really young boy there named David, and he just loved to play with us. And on the last day after we finished our work and we were packing up and we're ready to leave them for the last time, he snuck into our work van and sat there refusing to move so that we wouldn't have to leave their family.
Oh, because he liked you.
Yeah, that was touching because it showed how much the work that we've done how much it impacted their family and how important that we had taken the time out of our summer to help them was to them.
Is there anything that's particularly difficult about doing these service projects?
Finding the time is sometimes difficult. There's a lot going on with school, and then you have to balance out your life. And then sometimes during, you might find a month went by and you didn't do much. But then as long as you can find time, it's difficult to find time, but once you find it, you can say, I'm gonna do this week, and then you're able to go out and help out, and then you can feel good about yourself and you can get something done.
How have the youth at your church inspired the adults to action?
Well, especially in the last 10 years, there have been a lot more opportunities at our church for doing action in our community, and so the youth have been much more involved, and so the parents see this and they've become more involved. Like on our service project over the summer, the amount of parents going as sponsored has increased. I mean, my mom went.
Okay, great.
Last time I did, and so because we've taken more of an involvement in it, they've seen that, and that has inspired them to become more involved and realize how important it is. As well, community really has been. Community service has been a priority, throughout much of our church's history. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the people that grew up in the church now are still in the church and still see that as a priority. Yeah.
Well, it's pretty powerful that the young people are serving as leaders in your congregation. You should be proud of that. Any more favorite memories?
One of the things that really struck me about going on community projects is just how grateful everyone that I've come across is. Last year for Martin Luther King Day, our church, along with a couple other churches, organized a group of us went to different community projects. I went down to Interfaith House here in the city.
In Hyde Park, right?
Yeah, in Hyde Park, yep. Yes. And so that's what I did that, and that was much more personal interaction than I've done. Mm-hmm. I mean, on ASP we know the families, but this one was basically 8 hours of, personal interaction with the people. And I found that that was, very, very interesting. And several of the people were from my area or knew where our church was or attended. So I just thought that was so interesting.
Thank you, Andrew, Karina, and Brian. I'm Polly Toner for Different Drummers. Keep the faith.